I'm Cher with High Tech Realty, and this is my partner Tim Luke. And we're here today talking with a special guest that I would like to ask Tim to introduce.
Hey everybody, this is Adam Cooper with Quoin Financial, and he's going to tell you all about what they can do for you down there at Quoin.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you having me on the show here today.
Yeah, selling Sioux Falls.
Selling Sioux Falls.
Build it or buy it.
It's what I'm all about, baby. My father spent a lot of time in this community, and he always told me, take care of this community, and the community will take care of you. And I'm a pretty big jokester, and for a while I thought I'd maybe get that tattooed on my lower back, but decided not to. But helping people out has always been an extreme passion of mine.
Nice.
All the way back in high school, being on student council to working with nonprofits, whether it be fundraising, being a mentor to kids, whatever it is there. So I've always really had a special spot for helping people. And so, spent most of my time, my career, my very young career in insurance, doing commercial insurance for folks. And just by chance happened to fall into mortgage banking with Quoin Financial Bank. And it's been a really, great experience for me, and, helped me realize actually that, I thought I was really a B2B type of person. I realize I'm more of a B2P type of person, business to personal, because I do care genuinely that much about the people that I'm working with. And so
Sounds like your parents' dream.
well, hopefully depends on who you ask and what time you ask them. But now that I'm not a little hellraiser, if you will, as a kid, I think we're all on the same page that everything's going good. And my dad was a longtime baker here in town, and so he kind of, I think it's kind of special for him to know that I'm kind of following the footsteps of the old man, if you will. So,
Nice,
but yeah, our big thing at Quoin Bank is making this the easiest mortgage you'll ever do. Right, because it's a pain in the butt, right? I mean, all the documents that are required, all the questions, all the things that you guys have to know. Let's make this as simple as possible, right? Because it's not a process that should be hard. It's not a process that should be extenuated more than it should be. And so that's really what our team focuses on, and collaboration. I heard that mentioned previously, where, not only does our local team work together, but we work with our borrowers as well, right? This is a constant circle of communication that we all have to stay on top of, or balls get dropped, and then it doesn't become the easiest mortgage that you'll ever do. So,
Right. It's a collaborative effort between everybody
exactly.
involved
Yep.
in the transaction.
And more importantly right now, purchases, very important, right? We're making people realize the dream of home ownership. I mean, that's what it is, the American dream, right? And the biggest investment most people make in their lives. So, but kind of hyper-focused right now on refinances is really the big thing going on, because as we all know, the rates are phenomenal and, historic lows right now. And so,
That's got to be helping a lot of people during this COVID time.
Absolutely. People, and especially where, as you guys know how the market is, homes are valued very nice right now.
Yep.
And if we can turn some of that equity into cash for folks, whether they just need to survive, or what they want to do home improvements, or they want to consolidate some debt, or they want to pay some college tuition, working with our borrowers to really understand what is the goals here. What are we trying to do outside of just getting a lower interest rate? Because you can get a lower interest rate wherever, but we need to really make sure, why are we doing this? And making sure that we're staying true to the course of what your goals are through why we're doing this refinance. So
That's that whole thing we're talking about is helping the client through the process of whatever they're going through.
yeah.
And it's not just some financial transaction.
And that's the main goal about it. We really got to get to know you inside and out, right? Financially, personally. These are all things that we're...
Same with us.
Exactly.
The more we know about people, the easier it is to help them with whatever difficulties they're having.
Exactly. And there's a level of trust there, right? That you guys know as well. And so as long as that we can always put our best foot forward, we think that we're bringing something that is done all over Sioux Falls, but I think we're doing it in a pretty special, unique way.
I would like to touch on when you mentioned all over Sioux Falls. You're a local bank.
Absolutely.
Locally owned.
Yep.
Tell us about where your name came from for Quoin Financial, and tell us about the local ownership.
Yeah, so Quoin Financial Bank started out in Miller, South Dakota. We've been in Sioux Falls, about 13 years now, on Western Avenue in between 69th and 57th Street, owned by a family. And at the end of the day, that's what we are, is a big family. When I first started at the bank there, everyone told me, hey, this is the owners are great, the people are great. We really value the team and the family here, and you hear that anywhere that you go. And I've worked for some employers where that really is true, and it sometimes isn't.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, well, exactly. So, but I can say Quoin has been that, right? I mean, especially going through COVID, just the way that the bank has taken care of the employees and have had flexibility with the employees with, maybe the spouse isn't able to work. So now we got to kind of figure out how we have some flexibility here, or kids with daycare. Or, I mean, just being able to see that, let's put out the money for a little bit and just make sure that our people are surviving.
Wow.
It was pretty darn special. So, and now we're starting to kind of get going on all the cylinders again. And again, it's just an exciting time. So
we have a client we referred to you, and just touch in a little bit about in-house lending and how there might be an opportunity to keep the loan right in the bank.
Yeah. Ideally right now, secondary market's where you want to be for the good interest rates, right? But sometimes there's certain projects or certain properties that don't quite fit underwriting guidelines. And financially, we are an extremely strong bank. And so we have the capability to do these in-house loans. Obviously parameters are different for every case, and we look at, different circumstances on everything with underwriting, but we have the financial strength to make sure that if it can't go to the secondary market and it makes sense for us to finance it for you, that we'll definitely do that. And you're working right with the team at Quoin Bank, so.
Nice, because that's something you can't get at a big bank.
Speaking of which, we're planning on doing some first-time homebuyer seminars.
Yeah.
What should a first-time homebuyer experience once they've had their initial phone call with you or their first conversation at the seminar? What do they do next? Do they pull their credit report and then you give them a pre-qualification if they qualify?
Yep. That you nailed it on the head right there. I mean, that's the most important part, because now, we have a person that's not used to going through this kind of phase of buying a home, right? And so we're a little bit more invested working with first-time home buyers because they need a coach. Just like you guys, when you're working with your first-time home buyers, right? We need to help coach them through this process. Most important thing is getting pre-qualified. Make sure that we can get a house first and foremost.
That's the first thing I tell all of our buyers is, this first question is, have you been to see a banker?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right?
And it's important, for numerous reasons. A, can we do this? Right? Can I get financing? Secondly, for the realtors, is this person qualified to purchase a house, and what range of prices should we be showing this person houses, right? Because we've all had a taste where we can only afford $250,000 and we get shown that $300,000 house, and all of a sudden we try to tweak our budget a little bit. So it's just important that we kind of know what the ceiling is. We work within that range, and then that we know we are secure on getting the financing done on that project or that loan for the borrower, assuming everything comes in and checks all the boxes off. So, through that process, there's, if you're like me, you're laying in bed at 9 o'clock at night, you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to ask that. We're available. You know what I mean? I mean, I have people calling me at, our referral that we've been working on. Most of my conversations with the referral have been after hours.
Yeah.
I think one deal we were working on actually reached them at midnight, and when we were able to get a letter that.
Oh, that was 9 p.m. Don't push it. It was
So,
9 p.m.
But yeah, I mean, it's just an important part. And then, obviously everyone is at the table then, and we all kind of know what we're doing to, get the goal met there. And again, just making sure that we're staying within the parameters that are comfortable.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's really important. We have some first-time home buyers that 210 was it, and we had a house at 230, and we just we put them under contract for 199. So that's a great point. And I think also for the market, I'm excited to see what happens in Sioux Falls. We're putting so many properties under contract so quickly. I'm interested in what if there's a contractor, a builder, and he wants to go out and find a dilapidated property and then get the refinancing to fix it up? Would you be able to help someone like that?
So that our team definitely can. I focus more on just traditional purchases and refinances. Another guy on our team does more of the construction stuff. That would likely be more of a construction-based loan just because we'll be kind of financing it as the project goes along. But it's definitely something that our team can do. And again, typically those are done in-house as well. So same with like our HELOCs, our home equity lines of credit. Again, you're dealing with Quoin bankers. We're the ones that are controlling the underwriting, so we're not contingent on Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or some of those kind of overlaying, hoops you might have to jump through, if you will.
And let's talk about the aging community, if you don't mind. They're going to be downsizing now, so they'll have something to sell.
Yeah.
And then what type, just traditional, conventional financing? I'm sure some of them also get into a second home.
Yeah.
So,
Secondary homes are always expensive for financing. It just is what it is. But right now, downsizing, if it makes sense and it is what you guys are looking to do, it's a great time to do it, as we know, because of interest rates. I'm working with, some folks right now, just getting a little bit older, don't want to make that jump into an assisted type living situation. And so we were able to help them go and find a place here in town through the help of the grandson, of course, who was doing a lot of the legwork for them, but found them a place that's single level, plenty of square footage for them to enjoy the rest of their life in, and it was something that made sense for them. Perfect. And so and this was actually done cheaper than the situation that they're currently in, because they haven't looked at refinancing anything like that, in probably a decade. And so, rates just were a little bit higher a decade ago, so not only are we achieving that goal of, again, getting them in a place that is more comfortable, but more functional for the lifestyle that they're at now, but more affordable. So it's just like win, raise the roof, we're doing this.
Don't you love that?
Absolutely.
Oh, the
so
ching,
exactly. And the smiles on their face,
Yes, that's what I think.
you helped us.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. That's what it's about for me.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, we try to hit that market too, where we can help people either age in place or transition into, whatever their goals are.
Yeah.
Or, for the rest of their life. And
Well,
that's great to have a financial institution that thinks along those lines.
Absolutely. And as you guys know, there's a lot of good properties in town for that kind of move, if you will. So
absolutely. I was just going to say, when someone mentioned the word goals, the truth be known, I actually am a customer.
Yeah. Yes, you
I
are.
bank at Quoin Financial Bank.
And hopefully
I've
it's a
been
good experience.
Very, very happy. So I just wanted to also put it out there for your viewers here that are watching our show, that you not only do loans, but you're a really awesome business bank.
Well, we really appreciate
and I've been
that.
really happy with my business banking experience, and Derek, and also working with Mark over there in Maryland.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everyone loves Maryland. Yep.
So it's been really a good experience, and I just want to say thank you for coming on our show today.
Yeah, awesome,
and
guys.
taking a few minutes to explain to us a little bit more about your job at Quoin Financial Bank and a little bit more about the bank itself.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you guys having me on, and hopefully we can do something down the road again. So
Absolutely,
Beautiful.
day by day.
yeah, there we go. There we go.
Thank you
All right,
very
guys,
much,
thank you
Adam.
very much.